Hi guys, I'm Kara Camper Girl. Thank you so much for joining me. Today, we are going to Pioneer Playhouse in Danville, Kentucky. So I had the pleasure of going to this playhouse because, as some of you guys know, I was an actor. Not quite pursuing it anymore. I don't know. I wrote a whole blog on it. I'll put the link below if you really want to read it. I lived in New York City for 10 years, and then I lived in Los Angeles for another 4. And while I was there, I met a bunch of really amazing people. One of those amazing people is a really cool girl named Erica Lee. Erica has been working at the Pioneer Playhouse for 7 years. Now, this is one of the oldest outdoor theaters and hosts 3 to 6 shows a year during the summers. They're all outside under the stars, and it's a great place for regional theater for up-and-coming actors to go and do some summer stock, get paid, meet other people. So when I bought the RV and I was trying to figure out where to go, I put a note on Facebook that said, "Hey, anybody want to visit?" And Erica immediately said, "I'm doing a show in Kentucky. They have a campground. You can come. Ask and you shall receive."
Hey, so this is my spot. There's only like maybe 20 spaces here. Just a couple. But then, when you walk around, this is where people park. And over there is the theater. That's Erica's cabin and her car. I'm gonna go feed a horse.
So let's talk a little bit more about the history about this place, because you guys know that that's what I love. The Pioneer Playhouse was founded in 1950 by Colonel Eben Hansen. It is known as Kentucky's oldest outdoor theater. It's also one of the oldest continually operating summer stock theaters in the country. Okay? Been around for a long time. Now, Colonel Hansen was born in Danville, Kentucky in 1923. His mother, who was from Brooklyn, ran Henson Hotel, which was on Main Street. And his father was a federal revenue agent who chased down bootleggers. Like, I wish my dad did that. Like, that's a cool job. The closest I've come to that is like my uncle was a repo guy. So Colonel Hansen goes and he serves in World War II. And then afterwards, he decides to go to New York City and take classes to be an actor on the GI Bill. He attends the New School and pretty much stays there like acting until his father became ill and he went back to Kentucky. Now, there was a theater inside the old Darnell Hospital, which had housed prisoners of war during the war, and now it was the state mental institution. But there was a theater in it. So when Colonel Hansen asked, he got it for free. Nobody's using the theater in the mental institution. He became known as the guy who got things for free. When I was at the Playhouse and I first got the tour of this place, it is a wonderful mix of really cool historical buildings and things that were in old movies, but also just this collection of stuff that Colonel Hansen got for free. He was like a recycling superhero. There are things all over the premises that are being reused, repurposed. It's a little mix-matched, but in the kind of way that makes you know that there's love that was put into it. It's really charming. So one of the biggest things that they are known for is there was this movie called Raintree County, starred Elizabeth Taylor, and they actually built a building for the movie on the premises. So the box office now was the original train station in that movie. Inside of like the lobby, there are tons of pictures of all the different things that have happened over the years. American Pickers has been there. Tons of actors have been through there. Famously, I guess John Travolta was there when he was like 15 years old. But there's so much rich history in this place, you really never get bored. And then on top of it, there's history, and then also there's what they're doing right now, which is putting on really great shows. COVID slowed them down just a little bit. They were still open, but obviously a smaller season. But because they are outside, they reopened this year with a 3-show season. I was there when they were presenting Clue, which was so fun.
Mrs. Peacock. Mrs. Peacock. Mrs. Peacock. Mr. Green. Mr. Green.
And I was really pleasantly surprised as an actor who's unfortunately dealt with very small audiences. Thank you, New York. You never know what to expect with live theater, and especially a small town, and it's summer and it's outside and who knows what's gonna happen. But not only were the audiences full almost every night that I ushered for them, but also the people were so grateful. This town, you can feel the love and the connection. People came from hours away to see the shows too. You could tell that it was really important to them. And some people were clearly regulars. They come to every show every year. They know everybody. And the Hensons to this day are so open. Everybody is like family. Colonel Henson died, unfortunately, in 2004. He left his wife, Charlotte, and his 3 kids. Unfortunately, one of those, Holly, his daughter, died in 2012 from breast cancer. There is a garden that is tended by the man that runs the ice cream shop on the premises, and they call it Holly's Garden. They also have this whole big rose bush that I helped to sort of revive, and that is dedicated to Holly as well. So today the theater is run by the 2 remaining siblings, Heather and Robbie, but also has a very strong presence with the mom, Charlotte, who is still living on the premises, still very involved with theater, and every single night of the show, she sings for the guests.
Okay, awesome.
It was heartwarming. So they do have a dinner every single night, so you can either just buy your ticket and see the show, or you can get dinner in a show. The food is amazing. It's run by a really good chef who smokes all the barbecue overnight, classic Southern style. I had it a couple of times and thank you. Seriously, I need a shirt that says "We'll work for food." If somebody could get me that, that would be great. There's also a local cat that hangs out.
Oh my God.
Give me
Yeah,
meow.
that's what I meant.
It just feels like home. I could have stayed for the entire summer. And then the campground, right? So there is a theater. The space is mainly for a theater, but Charlotte really wanted to make sure that people who needed a space to be or live had it. So they do have a small campground. Every single spot has electric and water. They are very close together. Don't expect some big fancy thing, but it's exactly what you need. She'll even let you pay monthly. There are definitely some long-term residents, but this space again is beautiful. There is a sewer on site, a dumping station, and there's plenty to do in this town. There's cute coffee shops and gas and grocery stores, everything that you need. And while I was there, we even took a drive about 45 minutes to an hour to this beautiful little lake and took a nice beach day. This area is gorgeous. If you get the chance, I would definitely recommend. Fun fact, in 1962, the Pioneer Playhouse became the first theater in the nation to be awarded legal status of state theater by an act of legislation. Also on the premises is an authentic log cabin from the movie Pharaoh's Army. And it's Danville's only campground. So that's it about the Pioneer Playhouse, guys. This place was fantastic, and it really reminded me of the connecting power of art and of theater. Some of you guys know I went to school for theater. That's where my degree is in. And I wanted to be an actor because I really wanted to connect to people. Live theater in front of a live audience. There is nothing more intoxicating. However, unfortunately, living in New York City, I just wasn't able to make enough money to do that and get to the point where I was doing what I loved and able to survive. And then when I moved to LA, though I still got to act and it was great, there's just something different about acting in front of the camera than there is acting in front of a live human. So this was really nice, not only to watch live theater, which I haven't done in a while, but also to be around that energy of other artists and creative people and actors and stage managers and lighting designers and people who creativity is just pouring out of their being. Especially after a year and a half of COVID, this was the refresher that I needed, that I didn't even know I needed. So thank you, Pioneer Playhouse. Thank you, Heather and Robbie, for your hospitality. And guys, I think the season's just about over by the time I post this, but next year, if you're going through Kentucky or you're anywhere near, please hit these guys up, stay for a couple of nights, see the show. You will not be disappointed. you like your apple? Did you? Are you still licking my hand? Yes, you are. You're very pretty.